Good afternoon to everyone present here. It's a good rainy day today in Delhi and quite a relief from the weather that we had been having till now. So, before I start speaking today about our seminar, let me share a lovely moment with you all. Today, Youth marks its second anniversary as it completes its 2 years of existence in this world. A startup that began with a dream to inspire modern youth has today become a proud parent of several issues of Youth Mag, our magazine, and various webinars and events. We would like to thank you all for supporting us and being with us till now. So, coming back to why we have gathered here today. Whether you consider the time when Newton had an apple fall on his head, or Archimedes shouting Eureka in the King's Court, or simply the time when two single atoms collided with each other to create Big Bang and ultimately our universe, physics has been there with us. Over centuries, we have held the hand of physics to move forward only. Today, You brings to you an interactive webinar at Tech Bootcamp, a physics webinar for NEET and JEE students with our guest mentor, Vipul Deshmukh. We welcome you, sir, to our webinar, and we are very much thankful to Wacom for supporting us in this particular venture. Our today's mentor, if I talk something about him as well, he's a master teacher at Vedantu. Mr. Vipul Deshmukh is a reputed physics teacher with great experience of tutoring students who went on to become state toppers. Being an engineer by profession and a teacher by choice, he is the person who can help you cross your strenuous waters of physics for your entrance exams. We welcome you once again, sir. And now I won't be taking any much time on this virtual platform. It's all yours. You may enlighten the students, and the students, whoever have any kind of doubts, may put them in the chat box.
Hello students, hello parents, hello everyone. Welcome everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible to you clearly. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're very much audible and definitely visible.
Okay, great. Cool. So let me start. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen with all you. And Satak, please tell me if the screen is visible once I start sharing it. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
So hello guys, welcome to this amazing EdTech Bootcamp, as we like to say in Youth. Woof. And myself, let me introduce myself. Okay, so what is going to be the agenda of this particular webinar? We're going to talk everything about physics for NEET and JEE exam. What to do, what not to do, what are some tricks. Okay, what are the things that you should focus, what to do, and what not. Okay, whatever queries you have at the end of the session, we will have a question answer session also. So I hope this at the end of the 1 hour, you will have all the questions answered. Okay, so before I begin, let me just introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Vipul Deshmukh. Okay, that's my animated version. My name is Vipul Deshmukh. I'm from Thane, Maharashtra. Thane is a city in Maharashtra state, just besides Mumbai. Lately, it's been news for some or the other reason, if you're following news. So yeah, I'm an engineer by qualification. I did my BTech in production engineering from VJTI Mumbai, and I've been in the field of teaching for last 7 years full time. But actually, I started my teaching journey right from the first year of engineering itself. So I used to teach in between the semesters. In engineering, you have a decent amount of vacation between two semesters, 1 month, 1.5 months. So I used to teach during that time. So later on, after I completed my engineering, I started doing teaching full time. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey in the field of teaching. So far, my students have been state toppers and they got high ranks. My students are studying in engineering, reputed IITs and reputed engineering colleges. So it's a proud moment for me to share with all of you that in the last week only, there's an exam called as KVPY, Kishore Vigyanik Protsahan Yojana, which is conducted by Government of India in order to encourage research in pure science department. So it's a proud moment for me to tell you that one of my student got rank number 9 in the last year, the result that was declared. So yeah, that's just an add-on to what I've been doing so far. So yeah, let's go back to what exactly we're going to do in this particular session. So main thing is, just a minute. Yeah. So main thing is what to do for last minute revision of NEET exam. Okay, that's the agenda number 1. Okay, we're going to understand preparation tips for JEE as well as NEET. It's ultimately the entrance preparation. So the few things are common. Syllabus is different, but few things are common. So we're going to discuss what are the preparation tips. Then what are the tools that you can use to make your preparation even better. Okay, some bonus tips. Bonus tips is why you should listen to this seminar, frankly. Okay, so if I just want you to focus on one point of this webinar, it's bonus tip. Okay, and then if you have any questions, I'll definitely like to talk to you and try to help you with those questions. Okay, so let's start, guys. Let's start. Okay, cool. So now what to do for your entrance preparation, whether it is JEE, whether it is NEET. So these are competitive exams. So first of all, there is no pass and fail here. There is no pass and fail here. There is no cutoff. There's nothing like that. Okay, so it's all about how better you can score in that exam. Based on that, you will get a AIR, All India ranking, when you apply for the admission process. And based on that All India ranking, you will get admission into different colleges. Okay, so there's no pass and fail. So what you have to focus on is doing your best. I'm sure everyone who is attending this camp right now, they want to do the best. So at this stage, many students are confused what to do, what not to do. So I will break this explanation into two parts. For students who are currently preparing for entrance, maybe they're in 11th standard, maybe they're in 12th standard, and for students who are going to give that exam right in this year itself, within few months only. Okay, so first of all, for the students who are currently in 11th standard or 10th standard or in 12th standard right now, so be consistent, guys. That is the first and the most important thing. Be consistent in your activities, whatever schooling, whatever the coaching you're getting. Be attentive every single day, every single session, every single lecture. Don't miss, because see, especially physics. Okay, see, when you go and watch a movie, when do you start watching the movie? When do you enter into cinema hall? When it's 5 minutes before the movie, or like just 2 minutes before the movie, or if you reach early, it's well and good. You will just sit there and enjoy. Okay, you don't enter. You have taken the ticket. Okay, you don't enter after half an hour, deliberately after half an hour or after 1 hour or after the interval. You don't do that. What if you do that? You will not understand what is happening in the story. Who is villain, who is hero, who is helping him, or whatever the storyline is. Okay, you will be confused. You will not understand. You will not enjoy. Right? So same goes with learning entrance, and this goes for all the subjects, but for physics it matters the most. You have to be consistent wherever you're attending any coaching, any particular schooling. A topic is going on, there are, let's say, 3 lectures in the topic. You attend the first lecture, you miss the second lecture, you go for the third lecture, it will be a problem. Okay, so even though you are genuinely absent for that lecture, but it could be a problem for the next class. So being consistent, it is very easy to say, but it is very difficult to do. Being consistent for the entire preparation period. So that's the very doable thing. You don't need consistency. There are some things which we are born with. There are some talents that we are born with. Okay, somebody remembers anything they read in very first go, but somebody else may have to read it twice, thrice, write it down, then that person will remember. So these are the things which we are born with. Okay, but there are some things in the world we are not born with, and we can learn them. They don't need any kind of skill. They don't need any kind of inborn talent. Those things need hard work, dedication. Okay, there has to be a fire within you. So consistency comes number 1. Okay, see, that's the number 1 point on my list. You can see consistency. Be consistent in your sessions. Be attentive in the sessions. Don't miss out anything, because all the things are linked. If you miss a particular link, then you will not understand what is happening in the next lecture. Okay, so be consistent in your schooling. Wherever you're getting coaching for your preparation, please be consistent. Second thing, understand the concept. Now the problem here is for students who are in 11th standard. Before 11th standard, whatever preparation you have been doing is more of remembering type of preparation. You have to remember certain points, the numericals or the questions. I'm sure many of the students who are present here, okay, let me just stop sharing. Many of the students present here can tell me in the chat box that you have studied 10th standard, 9th standard. By end of the 10th standard, you have prepared so much that you know the answers of the question, even for numericals. Yes or no? Tell me in the chat box. Tell me in the chat box. Even you know the answers for the questions. I mean, numerical questions. You know this is the geometry question. Sir, this is the answer. Go ahead. Correct? But that's not going to be the situation when you're talking about entrance preparation. For entrance preparation, every single question will be new. Every single question will have different approach, different application. So you can't just practice one type of questions 10 times and expect the same question to be in exam. So what is the key here? The key is to understand the concept and not that particular question. The key is to understand the concept. So you have heard this. This is not the first time that you're saying understand the concept. I know you have heard this from school teachers, from your parents, from your elders, you know. But what exactly you mean by understand the concept? So by understanding the concept, you mean you have to keep on asking one question to yourself when you are in the classroom. When you are in the classroom, you have to ask one question to yourself constantly. Why? Why sir has written this particular formula like this? Why sir has substituted value like this? Why sir is using this formula only? Why ma'am is drawing diagram like that? Why ma'am not using this particular formula and this formula? Why ma'am doing conversion here? Why sir is not doing conversion here? So you have to keep on asking why to yourself. Why this, and listen to the teacher's explanation. When teachers are explaining the concept, when teachers are solving the question, that is the most important point of any classroom. Okay, when teachers are solving the question, then you have to pay the utmost attention and keep on asking why to yourself. Why this formula? Why ma'am must have used this formula? Why sir is using this formula? Why this substitution? Why not this value? Why this value only? Okay, so keep on asking this why to yourself constantly. And if you do that, your concepts will automatically grow stronger. You must have heard, no, concept strong hona chahiye. There has to be a strong concept. Engineering is all about concept, or entrance exam is all about concept. But what to do to make those concepts strong? You have to pay utmost attention when teachers are solving the question. And while they're solving the question, you have to ask why. Why this formula? Why this diagram? Why this concept only? Why not this concept? So if you seek out answers for this why, your concept will be automatically strong. Yes? Are you following this, guys? Show me the emojis, show me the claps, show me the emojis. Come on, go ahead. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Superb. Okay, so going back to my slide, understanding the concept and what to do to understand the concept. Keep on asking why this formula, why this concept, why this derivation, why this diagram. Keep on asking such questions to yourself and listen to the teacher. They will answer. They are automatically answering those questions. Okay. Then the next important thing is make your own notes. Making your own notes is a very simple but a very effective tool to digest your understanding. So you have heard a lecture of 1.5 hours. You have understood some things. But when you make your own notes, the things become systematic in your own mind. Things become orderly in your own mind. Okay, things get into boxes and brackets in your own mind. So these making notes will help you to understand the concept, will make the concept clear. There will not be any confusion. You will be, once it is on the paper, half of the problem is solved. If you just remember that this formulas are there, but nothing is written on the paper, you may forget those formulas, you may forget those shortcuts, you may forget those tricks. So making your own notes, whether you are in 12th standard or 11th standard, making your own notes are very, very important. Okay, I'll just give you an idea. How do I make notes? Just to give you an idea, just an inspiration. Okay. See, this is a summary that I've made for a particular chapter in 11th standard. Okay. And if people are curious, this is how flute works. Okay. This is basically the working of flute. The chapter is simple harmonic motion and stationary waves. Okay. So you can see how colorful those notes are. So if I write them in this particular fashion, it's easy for me to recollect. It's easy for me to by heart. It's easy for me to prepare, and instead of writing three different pages on one single page, I can make it concise, short, sweet, and smart. Okay, and I'm sure you're wondering how I'm making such kind of notes. Okay, I'm sure that's the question in your mind. Okay, how do I make such notes? So I actually use Wacom for such kind of notes making. I've been using this for more than 2 years, and in fact, you can see that I can show you right now also in front of me. I'm using Wacom. Okay, so it's been a helping tool to make the notes in an easier fashion, and see, at the end of the day, note making is important, and if it is happening even in colors in a much easier way, I can erase things easily. So nothing better than that. So yeah, Wacom has been helping me making such amazing notes. Okay, I'm sharing my screen once again, guys. Yep, here we go. So let's continue. So making your own notes is a third point. Now, what these notes will do? These notes will help you to revise, because when you prepare for entrance exam, it's not only one topic, it's not only one chapter, it's not only one section, it's not only one subject, it's all three subjects together. So 1 minute you have to think about first chapter of 11th standard. After 10 minutes you have to think about last chapter of 12th standard. After next 10 minutes you have to think about second chapter of 11th standard. Then after 15 minutes you have to think about maybe first chapter of 12th standard. So you can see you are tackling different chapters within a very less span. How will you do that? Have we done this in our boards, in our 10th standard, 9th standard? No. So we have to train our mind to think about so many chapters very quickly, recollect things very easily. So for that, revision is going to be important. Okay, a simply revision schedule will be 1 day in a week you keep for revision. Whatever you have studied in that week, from your coaching, from your class, or from your self-study, whatever study you have done in that 1 week, keep 1 day for a revision. Okay, for revision, notes, your own notes are gonna help you. So doing revision is very important. Revision before your every week revision before every important test, revision before semester test, revision before mock test. So revision. At least 3 times you should go through the entire syllabus. Okay, cool. Now, once the entire syllabus is done, testing is important. Now, this is the most ignored part of preparation, according to me. People ignore this very important and very effective part of preparation, which is testing. So what exactly you have to do when I say testing? So you have to solve lots of test papers, mock papers, paper as per the JEE pattern, paper as per the NEET pattern. Okay, now this point is very crucial for students who are going to give NEET exam. Mock test, whatever time you have right now, if you want to sacrifice revision of one chapter, it's okay. For people who are currently going to give the NEET exam, talking to you, if you want to sacrifice the revision of one chapter, okay, but instead of that, solve more and more mock papers. Okay, solving mock paper will prepare your mind to think in that span. See, otherwise we don't dedicatedly sit for 3 hours continuously with full dedication, full power, and solve questions back to back. We don't do that. We, as a human being, it's not possible, but it's possible when it's a exam. It's possible when you make a mindset that you are giving an exam, you're giving a test. So when you have that mindset, automatically things will become focused, and you have to train your mind to sit for 3 hours, things one chapter after the other chapter after the other, different subjects. You have to train your mind, and for that, solving mock papers is very important, very important. Okay, at least 30 to 40. Write down this number. At least 30 to 40 mock papers you have to solve. Okay, cool. So solving mock papers is very crucial, and while doing so, okay, don't sacrifice yourself. Okay, I'm talking to students who are in 11th standard, 12th standard, who are going to do this for a longer period now. Okay, for students who are gonna give the NEET exam right now, okay, or JEE exam right now, for them, I can understand. Only few days are remaining, so they don't want any of this. They want to prepare and prepare and prepare. I understand that. Later on, they're gonna get a big vacation. But for people who are in 11th standard, 12th standard, you are not a robot. You are not a machine. You are a human being. You have likes. You have dislikes. You have your study cycle. Okay, you have your hobbies. You have your entertainment options. Don't sacrifice them. I'm not saying you do that completely. You have to give yourself some relaxation. You have to unwind. If you keep on preparing, very soon you will burn out yourself. There will be a moment you are preparing for 2-3 months back to back. At one point you will just snap and you will say, no, I don't want to prepare now. Enough. We don't want that to happen. Right? So what we're going to do, we're going to keep time for our hobbies also. Suppose you like to play cricket. So once in a week, you fix Sunday, I'll prepare, I'll go to cricket. I'll play with my friends for 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, do it. You like to play games. You dedicate every day. I'm going to play for half an hour, not more than that. But that discipline has to be there. That discipline has to be there. I will tell you guys, I'll tell you one example which comes from my own life only. Okay, so I did a weight loss journey few years back. Okay, and I like sweets a lot. Right now, also my fridge is full of sweets. Okay, so I there used to be a craving of sweets after every meal, after lunch, after dinner. So what I used to do when I was on my weight loss journey, I used to not completely stop. I did not stop completely eating sweets. After every lunch, every dinner, every meal, I used to have sweet, but not entire box, half of the piece, maybe a gulab jam, so half of it. But that discipline you have to have. You have half gulab jam, then the other half is staring at you. You pick up that, you eat that. Then the second gulab jam is also staring at you. You pick up that. What I mean to say, I'm asking you to give time for hobbies. You have decided you will play half an hour. You're gonna play, let's say, Valorant game for half an hour. You have decided, or whatever your hobby is. You like painting, so you have decided I'll do it once in a week. So don't cheat on that part. If you have decided you're gonna do it once in a week, then be disciplined over there. I'm not saying you don't do it also. That is also counterproductive. That will also impact your health. I mean, emotionally you will not be charged, but you will see. Suppose now you're in the middle of the week. Now you have something to look forward. Let me complete these 2 questions, 3 questions. Then I have to go and play games. Then I have to go and let's say go for something else. Whatever your hobby is. Okay. So give time for your hobbies. Now some students make a timetable also. That's also an important thing. Okay. I'm stopping my screen share. Some students make timetable also. Timetable making is very nice. But there is one problem that I have seen with the students, that you make a timetable, and you can tell me in the chat box, you make the timetable and you follow it. Day 1 goes awesome. Day 1 awesome. You are following the timetable. You're enjoying it. Next day, day 2, only 70% of the timetable is being followed. Okay, 80%, 70% is followed. Not as good as yesterday. The next day, only 50% is followed. The next day, only 20% is followed. And by the end of the week, you can see, this timetable thing, and no, it doesn't work. Timetable doesn't help. It's not possible only. I can't follow timetable. Has this ever happened to you? Tell me via emojis. Tell me via reactions. You can tell me. Has this ever happened to you? You made the timetable, but you're not able to follow it after a few days. Now it's in the dustbin. Yeah, it happens. Yes. So what is the solution for this? Should you not make a timetable? No, you have to make a timetable, but make it realistic. You have to make a timetable, but make it realistic. It didn't work. Yes. Is that saying it didn't work? I can understand. You have to make it realistic. Now, see, when we make timetable, you tell me honestly, when we make timetable, when we are most inspired, most dedicated, you're fully, the energy is high, and then you go and you make the timetable, you properly take a page, and then you draw lines and all. You write Monday, Tuesday, this time to this time. You write down in detail, minutes by minutes. Okay, and then you say, I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna crack JEE. I'm gonna crack NEET, and I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be an engineer, right? But that is timetable made at a particular state of mind. That is not how you are every day. You are not that elevated, that excited every single moment of your life. I mean, if you are, then there's nothing like that. But thinking practically, nobody's like that. So you have to make a realistic timetable. Keep time for your hobbies also. Keep time for relaxation also. Okay. And some students also say, sir, how many hours should I study? This will be a doubt that I'm sure I'm going to face. I mean, you're going to ask, sir, how many hours should I study? Should I study for 3 hours? Should I study for 4 hours? Okay. Or should I study for 10 hours? What should I do, sir? So there is one simple answer. There is no one shoe which fits all. I mean, the target you should have is not hours, number of hours oriented. Okay. The target you should have is not number of hours oriented. The target you should have is work done. How much of work you are doing. Suppose you have decided today I will solve 50 MCQs, 50 multiple choice questions. Then you can do those. If you are able to do those 50 questions within 2 hours, you are free then. If you're able to do those 50 questions in 1 hour, more, I mean, it's better only. You go ahead and you enjoy. You do your hobbies, you watch TV, you watch some series, do whatever you want to do. Okay. If the target is to do 50 questions and you are able to do it in 3 hours, then you have to dedicate that one extra hour. If it is taking 4 hours, then you have to sleep late and complete that activity and then only go to sleep. So that dedication you should have. No, my target is to complete 50 questions by anyhow, no matter what I'm supposed to do, but I will complete those 50 questions and then only I will go to sleep. That dedication has to be there. That passion has to be there. That fuel has to be there within you. So it's not about number of hours. It's about how much of work you are doing. You may sit for 10 hours, but you're solving only 10 questions. What's the point of that? Okay. So it's not about number of hours. It's about the work that needs to be done. Okay. Shivansh, I'll talk to you. Okay. I'm going to share my screen once again, everyone. Shayu, I will talk to you. I'll take your queries. Yep. I hope you can see my screen. Cool. Now it's a time for bonus tips. So what are bonus tips? This is going to be a crucial. Okay. 2 bonus tips. It's my request. Please note down these 2 points. These 2 points are going to be game-changing point. At the beginning of this session, I told you, this is the reason you should attend the session. This is the one reason you should attend the session. Time-bound question solving and post-test analysis. These are the 2 things which are very simple tool, but very, very effective tool. Okay, so what exactly I mean by time-bound question solving and post-test analysis? Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, I'm stopping my screen share. I want to talk to you. Okay, so time-bound question solving. What do I mean by that? Okay, Shivansh, Sharayu. Okay, I'll address your doubts. But what do I mean by time-bound question solving? So whenever you are practicing MCQs for JEE preparation, for NEET preparation, solving MCQs, solving multiple choice questions, practicing them on your own is the most important part. And what is the right way to solve the questions? Okay, so you're preparing for a test. Suppose this Sunday there's a test and you're preparing today. You're going to solve certain number of questions. You have a target of 50 questions. You have some assignment, some reference book you're following. So what to do? How to solve those questions? Let's say there are 50 questions you have to solve for the preparation. So you'll first revise the summary of that particular topic. What you will do? You'll first revise the summary of that particular chapter, or you have made your own notes. See, the note making is going to helpful like that. You have made your own notes. you revise them, you read them again and again, again and again and again and again, you revise them. And then when you're going to start solving the questions, what you're going to do, you're going to take a notebook, or you're going to take a page, and you're going to write down question numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. 10 questions, 20 minutes. You will put a timer of 20 minutes in your phone or in your whatever device you're using. Okay, set a timer of 20 minutes. 10 questions, 20 minutes to begin with. If within these 20 minutes, you will imagine you are in an exam hall. You are in an exam hall, and these are the last 20 minutes. So within these last 20 minutes, imagine if you are in the exam hall and these are the last 20 minutes. What will be your mindset? You have to think, you have to imagine you are in the exam hall, you are in the last 20 minutes of that exam, and these are the last 10 questions. So what will be your attitude? What will be your mindset? Imagine that, and accordingly attempt those questions. Try to solve them. If you are reading the question and attempting it, you can do it within, let's say, 2 minutes. Okay, if you're not able to do it within 2 minutes, don't be emotional. Don't take it on your ego. Leave that question. You have to learn art of leaving the question. It's okay. Don't take it on your ego. You gave 2 minutes to that question. You could not solve. Leave it. Go to next question. Now, I understand we go with all the preparation and all the dedication, and there is ego. Aisa kaisa? How is possible? I've prepared for this chapter. I've been preparing for 1 week. How can I cannot solve this question? That should not be an attitude. Leave the question. Don't take it personally. Go to next question. Likewise, you have to attempt those 10 questions. 20 minutes are over, and now you are free to cross-check those questions. See the answer key. What was the correct answer? What was the answer that you marked? Then the questions which you skipped, the questions which went wrong, now you are free to try those questions again. Look at those questions again. If you want to check a formula, check the formula and try to solve the questions. Suppose there is a solution available, then check the solution and try to solve the question. Okay, so this has to be your strategy. And let me tell you that this method initially is gonna be little frustrating. I'm giving you a heads up. Initially, this is gonna be little frustrating, irritating, because I'll tell you what will happen when you start doing this, whether you're in 12th standard or 11th standard. When you start doing this method, initially you will not be able to solve a lot of questions, but that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Keep on doing it. Do it for at least 1 month. Okay, and then you message us on our Instagram channel and tell me, sir, yes, I've tried that method that you told us in the Woof webinar, and now my score is improved. Okay, or you try that method for 1 complete month and still your score is not improving. Then also you message me personally. Sir, I've tried your method, but it doesn't work. You think about something else. I'll personally help you. Open challenge, guys. Open challenge. What you have to do? Every single question that you're gonna attempt, you have to attempt in time limit. 1 question, 2 minutes. 1 question, 2 minutes. Once you attempted it within the time, then you have freedom to look at the answer key, try that question once again. Done. Then next 10 questions. Then next 10 questions. Then next 10 questions. Likewise, you have to go ahead and complete your practice. So time-bound solution. Very important. Okay. I hope this is clear to all the participants. Now what? The second bonus point was post-test analysis. So post-test analysis is a very ignored part, but a very powerful tool that many students overlook. Now, in every student's mind, I prepare the chapter, I attend the classes, I prepare the chapter, okay, and then I go ahead, I learn, I prepare, I'm solving the MCQs, and then I go and give the test. I've given, I got the result, okay, done. That's the end of the journey. No. That's not the end of the journey, guys. That's just the half of the story. Okay, Pratibha, I will talk to you. Don't worry. That's just the half of the story. What about rest of the half? Okay, what about the rest of the half? The rest of the half is once you have given the test, then you have to do the analysis of that test. So you have the test result. Let's say it is out of 100, you got, let's say, 70 marks or 50 marks. Then you go through the question paper once again. Try the questions that you skipped. Try the question for which you got the wrong answer. In fact, I will tell you, go ahead and make a separate notebook only. Go ahead and make a separate notebook only. In that notebook, you will just write down your mistakes. The questions, whether it's a school test, whether it's a coaching test, whether it's a self-study, you are giving your test on your own. So whenever you're giving any test and you got wrong answer in a particular question or you skip a particular question, then try those questions after the test. You will try those questions. You will write down their solutions in that notebook. The questions which were skipped and the questions which went wrong. Okay, cool. So these are the two bonus tips. Do this, and you can message on our Instagram channel, or you can message me. Okay, and tell me after 1 month, sir, I tried that method. And this is not applicable only for physics. You should do this for chemistry also. You should do this for mathematics also. You should do this for biology also. For biology, if there are 10 questions, give 10 minutes only. Okay, for other subjects, 10 questions, 20 minutes. Double. Okay. Cool. So, yes, Amish, Amruta, I will definitely talk to you. Yes. Awesome. So now it is the doubt time. So people who had your queries, I mean, if you have anything to ask, already some of the students has posted their doubts in the chat panel. I will definitely help you out in that. Okay. Cool.
And sir,
yes, sir.
Just before starting the doubt session, let's first see a video that we have curated for how Wacom can be helpful for teachers and students that are present here, how they can use Wacom for the feasibility of education.
Awesome. So
we'll just be screening it right now and the students can do it.
Super.
Yeah, just a second. Sir, would you like to share your experience with Wacom and how have you used this tab and how it had helped you with your teaching at Vedantu and online teaching?
Yes, definitely. It has been crucial point of my, I mean, nowadays we use for mobile phones. So everyone has mobile phone, and mobile phone is a very integral part of our life. So as much as I use my mobile phone, for the same time I use Wacom. It's always, as I showed you earlier, it's always on my desk. Without this, I can't start my day. And the problem I used to have is I used to write down paper notes, but then paper is torn, the colors are washed out, and it's difficult to maintain. I shifted my house. Now I'm not able to find out my old notebook, which had old notes. So now what I do, I just maintain all the notes. I just do all the notes on the cloud only. So Wacom definitely helps me to make those notes easily, economically, and without any problem. So I can maintain them. I can make them beautiful, colorful with all the tools. It's just much more convenient.
All right, so I guess it's time that we can move on to the questions that the students are very much excited to ask and waiting.
Yes. So I'll go through the questions. Do you advise to start preparation of NEET on and JEE from class 8 rather than class 11th? So a full-fledged, dedicated, hardcore preparation for JEE or NEET from the 8th standard, I won't recommend. It's my personal opinion. I won't recommend. But you can just make foundations better. Foundations, by foundation I means basic arithmetics, basic mathematics. Okay, those things you can start learning from 9th standard, 10th standard. But a full-fledged dedicated preparation from 8th standard may not be a best wise decision for a kid. I mean, the kid has to be a kid, and he or she or they should learn that particular curriculum of 8th, 9th, 10th very well. And just doing, while doing that, if they do that particular work, especially basic in mathematics and science, very nicely, very thoroughly, okay, that will be enough. So a full-fledged preparation from 8th standard may not be a wise choice. Okay, Priti, that was answer to your doubt. If I want to study physics in IIT, is marks the only criteria, or are there any admission test? If you want to study, I mean, you want to do BTech from IIT, then JEE is the only way. JEE is the only way, or entrance exam is the only way you can get in. Okay. So right now we don't have any other, not that I'm aware of any other mode or way that you can get in. In my knowledge, as per my knowledge, it's only the advanced exam that you can give, crack that, and then you can enter into IIT for engineering. Okay. So, okay, Shivansh. Shivansh, making your own timetable definitely helps. And as I told you earlier, don't make it idealistic, make it realistic, make it practical timetable. You know, you get up at 7 o'clock every day, and next day you make a timetable, I will get up at 4 o'clock and I will start my day. That doesn't happen. You are a human being, you're not a robot. You don't have a switch on, switch off machine. You don't run on a code. You have habits, you have likes and dislikes. So make a realistic timetable. Okay, and include your test also, exam preparation also in your timetable. So you know every Sunday there is a test, for example. Okay, you're giving test on every Sunday or every alternate Sunday. So accordingly, you set some time in your timetable for test preparation also. Okay, for every Sunday I have tests, so these are the hours I'm gonna just prepare whatever the test syllabus is. Okay, Shivansh, I hope that answers your doubt. Who is this? Sharif is asking, sir, are the type of questions in physics and chemistry of NEET and JEE are almost same? No, they are not same. They are not same. Paper pattern is different, and the level of questions will be different. So in JEE, you can expect concepts from different chapters clubbed together. 2 chapters concept clubbed together. 3 chapters concept clubbed together. Okay, so that usually doesn't happen in NEET exams as far as physics is concerned. Okay, you will have question directly from one particular chapter. Very rarely there will be concepts of 2 chapters together used. Very rarely. Most of the time, I mean, for 99% time, it's directly the chapter of concept of one particular chapter. And sometimes it's conceptual, not calculation based questions. Sometimes they will ask you directly theoretical question from the textbook. Sometimes it will be just a formula substitution questions. So the level of the questions that you will see for chemistry and physics in NEET and physics in JEE will be different. But the catch here is the other side of this point is the number of questions that you have to attempt in JEE is less. The number of questions that you have to attempt in NEET is different, is more. Okay, so number of questions are more. So the challenge is to not solve those difficult level questions as JEE. The challenge is to solve those moderate level questions and some difficult level questions within the given time. That's the challenge. Okay, Shadyu? So I've taken admission into class 11th and adopted for pure science combination along the 4 subjects. Physics is being the practically difficult for me. Should I change my streams? Now I have patience and practice. Should I change my stream or now, or have patience and practice? Okay, so Shiraji, now the question is, what do you want to do in the life? Okay, it's okay not to know what you want to do in the life right now. But while you took this decision to get into stream of physics, I mean, in the pure science region, you had a goal in your mind. You had some thoughts, you had some aspirations, you wanted to be X, Y, Z, and then you took that decision, right? So just remind yourself why you took that decision. Now the entire answer to your question boils down to only one thing. Suppose you want to be a doctor. How badly you want to be a doctor? How badly? How dedicate? How much dedication you have? See, you are getting a problem in your studies. Who won't? I mean, who won't? Who won't? Even the greatest scientist of the world they have to work years and years, dedicate their life, sacrifice so many things, and then they came up with the ideas. Then they came up with the laws. Okay. So even the greatest mind of the world have to struggle, have to work very, very hard. So we should not just get scared at the first discomfort, the first sign of discomfort. There will be discomfort, there will be irritation, there will be points where you will be frustrated, but you have to survive that. You have to grow. Those problems will be there. No, nobody like, is there any person who don't have any problem in their life? Everyone has problem, but because there is a problem, it doesn't mean you should change your goal. The problems will make you what you will be. Your personality will be shaped. If you don't face any problems in the life, no, you will not have a personality. Let me tell you that. The problems that you face in your life and the response that you give to those problems, whether you run away from them or we fight, you figure out solutions, you grow out of such problems. So now decision is yours. Okay, Shreya? Yes. So Pratibha is asking, sir, maths related to physics. Yes, this is a problem which I am assuming, Pratibha, you are in NEET. You're preparing for NEET exam. Because students who are preparing for JEE, they already study mathematics, full dedication. They have a mathematics. It's a major chunk of their preparation. So they anyway have to study it, and the experience helps in physics also. But for a student who is dedicatedly preparing for NEET exam, may not have taken mathematics as their subject. They may have dropped mathematics. Okay, you can tell me in the chat box if you belong to that. You have dropped mathematics because you're focusing on physics, chemistry, and biology, PCB. And that's okay. But when you solve some problems of physics, some problems, not all problems, some problems of physics, some problems of chemistry, you will need little bit of mathematics. Little bit. Not as much as a student who is preparing for JEE needs, but you will need little bit of mathematics. So I'll tell you a very simple trick. Suppose you are studying chapter number 1 of 12th standard. Today you are studying chapter number 1 of 12th standard, and while learning that chapter, you realized that sir has used this particular mathematics formula which I was not aware, or ma'am has used this particular mathematics formula while explaining this question which I was not aware. This is new for me. So you make a separate notebook, a very small notebook, 50 page, 100 page long book. It's okay. Or you make a notebook out of your waste papers also, no problem. Okay, just make a small notebook, diary, and in that diary, suppose chapter number 1 is going on in the school. In lecture number 1, you realize this is the mathematical formula sir has used in the derivation, so you will add this to your notebook. The next day, second session of the same chapter, 2 more new mathematics formula were there. You were not aware, but there were 2 more mathematics formula that sir used, so let me add those to my list. You likewise do this every single day. Whenever there is a concept which is mathematics related and you are not aware, it should go into your notebook. So by end of the academic year, you will have a notebook filled of only those mathematics formula which you need for physics. Do this and tell me after 6-7 months, tell me. This is surely going to help you. Okay, and make this chapter wise. So chapter number 1 is going on. Let's say electrostatics is a chapter which you're learning. So whatever the formulas of electrostatics you need, you will have a list of them. Okay, then the next chapter, let's say current electricity is going on. Okay, and when you're learning that chapter in your coaching, your self-study, or your school, college, so whenever you are learning any new mathematical formula, it should go into your formula notebook. This is specifically for students who have dropped mathematics, NEET students. Okay, Pratibha, I hope this helps you. Sir, I understand physics. Very nice, very nice. That itself is a huge thing, Tarushi. That itself is a huge thing. But face difficulty in remembering the exact words and definition. Do you have any tips? See, this is not a very big problem as far as entrance are concerned. In entrance exams, you don't have to write down definitions, or the questions will not be theoretical questions. Okay, questions will be conceptual questions or calculations, numericals, MCQs. There will be a question, you have to solve it and give the answer. So this factor will not affect your entrance score for sure. Where it can affect, there is a slight chance, which is your boards. Okay, where you are not able to write down the definition in proper words. So there was a simple trick, very, very simple trick. I'm sure you're aware, but I'm going to repeat it here because you should know that the trick is to write down those definitions again and again. So you are preparing for chapter number 1, there's definition. You write down the definition on a piece of paper, prepare it, cover it, and write down the same definition below it once again without looking anywhere on your own. You have done it, cover it, again write down, again write down. Likewise, you have to practice even for derivations, Tarushi, even for derivations, because derivations are going to be important as far as boards are concerned. Okay, for 12th standard students, derivation are going to be important. So you know that these are the important derivations. You learn them. You close the book, you close the textbook, notebook, and then write down those derivations on your own as if you are in the exam hall and this derivation is asked. Okay, write it down once. You will get stuck. Suppose you get stuck at 10th step. Open the notebook or open the textbook. Don't read the entire derivation. Just see the 10th step where you got stuck. Continue. Likewise, you have to write down the derivation at least 3 times. Okay, so this repetition and writing again and again will definitely solve your problem of definition as well as derivations. Okay, Tarushi? Prakriti is asking, sir, if I'm unable to crack NEET or JEE, what are some niche career options for physics lovers? Yes, you can go into pure sciences. You can go into research. You can go into teaching. If you are a physics lover, you can go to teaching. Then there's something called as actuarial science also, which is not exactly physics lab. It's a niche career option, actuarial science, but it's not precisely for physics, but analytics, mathematics, statistics. For physics lover, purely you can go into pure science. You can go into bachelor's, master's, then PhD. You can go into research. You can be a faculty in engineering colleges, faculty in junior college, senior college. Research is one that I will recommend as a first choice if you are truly a physics lover, because we do need people like you. In JEE exam, which part is more easily scoring between physics and chemistry? Amruta, subjective hai. For me, chemistry is difficult. For you, chemistry may be the best subject. Nothing like that. So it's very subjective. We can't compare like that. Not possible. Okay, Amruta. I have just passed my boards in class 10th. Congratulations. Congratulations. Can I prepare for NEET and JEE at a time? Or should I focus on either maths or biology? You have to prepare both. I assume, Amish, you want to prepare both the subjects together. I won't recommend that. I mean, you're going for PCMB. Right? You're going for PCMB. So I guess that's going to be difficult. That is going to be risky and it's too much of work and no returns. You will, in the attempt of doing all of them, you'll end up doing nothing. So don't do that. It is advisable to pursue graduation and also prepare for NEET. Chanchal, depends on your situations. There are lots of things to decide here. If the completing education early could be a priority for a student. Okay, considering he or she or they have to support their family. So it depends on student to student. I can't give a generalized answer. Okay, suppose my parents are ready. You talk to your parents. Their parents are ready for. They're allowing you to drop. Okay, then definitely you should go ahead and take a drop and make a full-fledged preparation. Okay, if there is a possibility, you should. If there is a possibility, then it's a full-fledged preparation will be better. Ritvik is asking, sir, how does Wacom pen tab? As I told you, Ritvik, earlier, making notes, explaining concepts to students, okay, drawing different diagrams. Because in physics, no, lots of diagrams are there, which for which I can just show you the picture. No, I have to draw those diagrams along with the students, line by line, arc by arc. So for that, Wacom helps me a lot. Sir, please tell some must be revised chapter for NEET. Mechanics, entire section. Mechanics, entire section must be revised. Must. Okay. Then electrostatics, current. Those 3 sections, I will say, are must be revised for NEET exam. But very frankly, the division is not hard and fixed. There is no weightage, particular weightage, unlike boards. For boards, usually we have a weightage. This chapter is for 3 marks, this chapter is for 4 marks. There is no fixed weightage as far as NEET exam or JEE is concerned. So it changes, but I told you the most, based on the statistics, based on the last 5 years, 6 years paper, these are the most important topics. Optics is also one of the important topics. So chapters on vectors are too confusing. Please show some easy way to remember it. Tamanna, vectors is a chapter which requires visualization. You have to imagine the things. Okay. And some level mathematics. So one simple solution is to, if you have already studied that chapter, open up your notes, read them once again. If you have been learning from a particular teacher, if you have certain doubts regarding the topic, please feel free to ask those doubts to your teachers. Maybe it's a school teacher or a coaching teacher or whatever help you are getting. Okay. So asking doubts is very, very important. Tamanna. So ask your doubts, get them cleared as early as possible. Premnath. Okay. What is the cutoff for the lowest rank for getting admission to government engineering colleges? Premnath, the cutoffs vary. There are lots of factors. There is seat reservation is there. There is in some institutes, some states, there is like local quota is also there. Some institutes have minority quota. Okay. And then all of these aside, then the branch that you want, that also matters. The branch that you want in a particular college. So it is an X engineering college, but in that engineering college, there are 5 different branches. Which branch you want? So there are lots of things. See, right now, you should not focus on what is the rank that I should score. Right now, every single point of your energy, every single part of your energy should be dedicated only for preparation. Later on, once your exams are over, then you have all time in the world to go on internet, do the thorough research and check out the cutoffs and everything. Right now, this is not the time, whether you're in 11th standard, 12th standard, or you're going to give the exam right now within few months. This is not the time to think about ranks and cutoffs. No, focus purely on preparation. Okay. Deepak, this answers your query also. Yes, definitely, Komal, definitely. And after that also, there are lots of career avenues that are available. It's not just even if you don't want to work immediately after your graduation, there are definitely more opportunities that open up. The one genuine advantage that you have if you go through competitive exams, when you do engineering, okay, whether it is from private college or you have an analytical mind, and that analytical mind is what gonna help you in the career. Falguni, definitely you can use it for arts. Okay, I'll recommend you get a different one for this is better suited for making notes. There are more Wacoms which are better suited for artists. I mean, you can, if you have skill, artists can do. I'm not an artist. For me, it will be more difficult to, because this is curated for making notes. But definitely you can use it. But for artists, especially for artists, there are more better versions of Wacom. You can look up for them. You will get lots of options where dedicated artists are using these kind of devices. Okay. How to balance time between boards, JEE, NEET? Nikhil, just before the test, just before the school exams, college exams, you prepare for boards. Your priority, your primary work should be on entrance, JEE or NEET. Okay, primary work should be on JEE or NEET preparation. And whenever there is a school test doesn't happen every day, no, once in 3 months. So when it is there, for that week you prepare for boards. Semester exam is there, for that week or two you prepare for boards, not every day. Every day should be your JEE or NEET preparation. Okay, Nikhil. Sir, any last minute tips for NEET 2022? Lots of mock test. Give lots of mock test and prepare the mock test. I mean, analyze the mock test. As I told you, post test analysis gonna be crucial. Okay, so do that. Lots of mock test for people who are going to give NEET 2022. Really, you can Google and you will get all the details about that. Okay, you can get it on Wacom's website also. You can get it from Amazon also, or any other marketplace. All the details, Rini, you will get it on Amazon or Wacom's own website. Okay. Thank you, Manvi. Okay, so guys, my Instagram ID is Vipul Deshmukh 2050. Okay, here it is. You can see it's there in the chat box. You can reach out to me. Now, what I want from you guys is whatever the methods I've shared with you, time-bound question solving and post-test discussion, do this. And do this for 1 month for all the subjects. It will be frustrating initially, but do it. And then tell me what is the result after 1 month. I'm expecting messages from all of you after 1 month, and let's see what happens. And even if it doesn't work, still tell me. So I will make modification. I will suggest you something else. I'm sure it will work, but still I'm keeping it open for you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So, finally, bringing today's session to a conclusion, I usually say that the events that we have here, the sessions that we have, the mentors they have, we bring out something that's insightful. An insightful session, I say. But today, I must say that it was an inspiring session. We not only removed the fear of physics from students, but actually inspired them to study that subject, enjoy it truly, and I don't know, just love the subject more as much as you do. So physics can be considered to be the king of subjects usually, and it can terrify the students. But your teaching and your way of making students understand and motivating them, yeah, just go for it. Let's see what happens. And this keen observation that you had with the students, that was spectacular. So really, thank you so much, sir, for being with us and sharing your precious knowledge with us. We would like to thank Wacom for supporting us. I request all the attendees and all the people who are interested in knowing more about Wacom to look on their website, wacom.com. And their Insta page, Wacom India, for their products and prices. I'm sure you're going to love it the way we do, and Sir does, obviously. And lastly, don't forget to check out Yoof's website, yoofmag.com, and our Insta page @yoofmag for all the latest events, webinars, competition, and of course, our monthly issue of Yoof magazine. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Wacom, and thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, Sarthak. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wacom. Thank you so much.
Take care, everyone, and best wishes for those appearing for their exams.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.